Welcome back, craft beer lovers. Going to be cracking a cracking beer today, Pirate Life Double IPA, and I'm sure pretty well all of you have had this, or if not, you've read about it, you've seen plenty of posts. It is a cracking beer, but luckily for me, in my beer crate this month, I got 3 of these babies, and when I came home from holidays, and I was very happy to see them. And yeah, I thought it's the end of a big day. It's race day, Bathurst. What better way to celebrate than with a cracking beer? So, Pirate Life Double IPA. As I said, well known for its being a good beer, but there's been a few people that haven't, have thought it didn't quite live up to the hype. And one of my good friends here on this site, John Buss, will recall the fact that I ranked another beer higher than this using one of the rating systems that I used to use, and that caused quite a fuss. But the thing about it is, I guess, it really depends on what qualities you look for in a beer and how you rate it and how you rank it. Just because you rate a beer highly doesn't mean it's the best beer you've ever had. So I'm talking around in circles. Basically, what it comes down to with beer is you like what you like, and different people have different tastes. But this has certainly been known as probably, I would say, the best Australian double IPA on the market, certainly in the last 12 months. So if you haven't had it, definitely worth trying. At 8.8% and in a 500ml can, you're looking at 3.5 standard drinks, about $10 each. So, but well worth it. Big resinous hops, very sweet, nice creamy head, good colour. This is pretty cold out of the fridge. There's no question, if you like hops, this is a great hoppy beer, and it's a big flavoursome hoppy beer. And I do like my hops, and I do like hoppy beers. The one thing, and this is the only one thing that I find for my palate a little bit too much, is when you get into these really heavily hopped beers. And I even find it with beers like Ballast Point, the Big Eye, is that when you get into these really heavy hops, you tend to get this sort of smoky, like tobacco type flavour come through. Now, some people love it. For me, it's just that tiny little bit too bitter. And it's not saying that I don't like the beer, so don't jump all over it and go, there's nothing wrong with that, it's a great beer. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. Like, I'd rate this 9 out of 10 any day. And it's a lovely beer. It is heavy hops. It does balance out well. It's got a nice mouthfeel about it. You do get that sort of, that sort of pineapple. When you eat too much pineapple and your tongue goes tingly and sort of acidic, you do get a little bit of that at the end. And again, that's not something I'm saying is a bad thing. It's a heavily hopped beer. That's what comes out of it. A great beer. If you haven't had it, and I'd be surprised if you haven't, definitely get out and try it, because it's a great beer and certainly worth trying. So, Pirate Life Double IPA. Thanks from Murray and Beer Crate. I'm very much going to enjoy this, and I hope you guys enjoy the day too. Cheers.